nugane techi size au lighting and effects, pipe and drapes, PA or sound, camera equipment, grip, LED screens, security barriers, fences, power units, tiema chechingencho au nibinde ebenge ase emega ilia emeke nilia yaigatua gose ilia emenene concerts ibigeni corporate events amoro kereria ibiegwa na version shows emesengrekana nibinde ebenge twakire esimi ase enamba 0700-301-301 gose 0722-347-371. 301 Events, your one-stop shop for all events and equipment.
Tariki ni nyomutenye no yoga tano mwaka no yobechiru bere merongo hebere ne tano nomo wanchomo uligerinde no kwegena mbiyole ando siasole na gukwanire abego kwaligane ko enyora mangana moya yekyonga jinsenye chiambo notko elieterane seras nyakunde a sense melio manyerolio ligari wetsoni makuli nago sabire tsukare go chake kyonga chinsenye nigo tugo chakana bamenyi bense mu ya mugonga bagikirega kro kyomugaka ya mubi myaka yegatwa kumota chira insomoro kiwa yomo weskuru hegeredi higia kane abanyanyimbo begeta seni kyamagena nigo bagendete kumurigyo mugaka yune magega yokogenda bichuko igabamenya buba gosarire gochikorobekana onyege tambokere kende gyonsi ngeli igochiko imukiko muri kitogiri batikopi aroboti rwasinchira yobikira
Wamenyi besemo yekinyoro kyoroche imeye nsemo ya mugonga nigo baesokirie kururamikira egekuru Kenya ko bageko bisekana mono na mono ase omukagirwo oyomo otegerete omwana omokense na gutama anyari ko bagako wigwa kwebisa wikachinga kiechiga nigo tubagara ngo mugako yoiga nigakoroka omwana oyiganya ko bagagutakira nse ngochokoroye na nigo are umwaka w'imyaka wekerengo ekenene gwetanyo omwana oyigore wekerengo kya grade 4
bune simba ya umachore tingo nyara kolemerali ekero mondo gwate myaka 60 akukwata omoto koroe tingo nyara gukira ase ngenja ka kore ikineke bemono oyo no mugaka esokoro yo mwana utakire kolendo omwana emukire no mwana ngane getamtama ko chikomwa obekire omwana mubuko na abugato uchire kumubwatira komukora buno mukungu inche bune simba yabo machoge tinkwanja kakora bunekyo ikonkotenena n'abantu babo machoge abagambi baito bamugongo Madam Margaret na muliro mu chief twabaire 9 hours kurubon kuikamana etoke buno muntu yimwamwire police akambi kuno lichiko asibu eko tukwachi mambadonye women Kisii county osoine ubati si mwana nyora haki yaege kugera teko nyale garu mwana ali montabu atu mwana mustinini nara mai kuruatu agende
turi no bororo otwali mechane menene waseri koro binga bunebi igokore kanese town ya Mugonga na kero mugaka gwate miaka 70 se miaka 80 agosari umwana bwe emyaka 7 ondonya to itwaje temono kwegera abana kinyaruka mama county muswata ngo muno yukura nyoire bunge abantu banga muno umwedi n'ikiko banyare bagosibu nakugwatu na gutwa asama litangoro bibito ndeke yenda no manje kaine buno monoge no monoge ande wake banyike mae njerate yo umwaka monna gwe myaka 70 aranyare gusari umwana gwe metimia mekia umwana uri grade 84 taisa inyo kabera no muntu wate myaka 70 egende kineke besana gya korekanira ase Kisii county yitu anana mono mucho Mugonga nande tokota kugiyanja
nigo batebire muna umumenyi oyo wensemo ya Mugongo nyako bakora ibikorwa ebiga tari entunde entangane tari ya kabere okorire naro aso okore ibikorwa mune nkabe no nebiga egento bagikeire mono
korekanete umusaza oyo tokoreire boire aragererigwe yetangoro police patomdo koro stage ya Mugonga ekorengero kyakora tukoria rengeria igoro kya ingekebe abagaka babanene bagokora ebintu bagokorera ebicucu ebingare agimba kuri bantu banga banene babakorera gose bana bangina
nigo gusaba kwarurwe nk'abantu bajya gutwara amasikani riko kiniye gasaguge go chikonyara ko bage kwagacha Kisii yaito
ebe onyo saba gaka banga bunabu n'abana babukira banga bunabu banyare bakorenda banyare busubone bwabo ni haki yabo yokiba
mugako iboni gaburete ko rubuoye agataka Kisii micha ya so muchoye nakolanga no muchibu bwensemo ya Mugonga chief muliro niganya ko bwakweresera buna mu bisoyo iga nigatamete ko rubuoye kurende obutukini ko bogenderete iyanya ko bakagotoka sare aretwe bosyo bwekigambiro kuri boteregete mekuru asesemo ya Mugonga machoge burabu account ya Kisii Maritane Gilbert kobi
obere bumusaja yomo w'imyaka yegatwa haseli tambera musoti yobere kakubatiranirwa n'ebikoro byo bibikuru ase kinyaro kya masago esapurokesheni yabo mwagi hime ya Kembu mambia ya lero ni gatuka gatukuzire imbarabare nensemo yeremo rengana na keroli nigo bagotomanyibuna bwiro yo orengene chingoma chintinde nigo kagere koletwa chinseme chingo soweitero chinsemo chingao nago tugutwa ensemeyo abanyanyimbo bokorobo tukimba ikensemeyo nakoiro mubira senkendu chinga kibotuki bwachakiwe kubwatikana nege korekyo
Samaritan James Kimanga nabo ekenyureke nekiane ambo mwagisabrocation nabo kama mbigengo ko murugione atigo siaro bo yastoa kanyoreta kagondo gakona ko tunya kuragera rende bono ngo jwe kamata na nyoro muntu kweto enje buna richi koria serikali rigoteba buno mugapti na rekobwa na kesi ni aso mugambi omoke media dino mugambi na tax responsibility oikaiga iye kenyoro ngo twanyoro mungwane kana murigire na nyora ni mumanyete that's why nara no ntare kumanya na narwa ka report egerente bie ikenyoro kimanya musaba gambi manya serikali igorende na mumanya sama deta nara akurukumbera ntumu manyete igorende nabajare nge goikera igo lakini gento nare gosaba abaibori baito onyo mwana okaru mube akianjerana ande mokani tuensi ntubwata abana lakini nare gosaba abaibori mokoro gwanja koino mosomera abana baino mubabeke buya egera abana batwareri njerengi yabo batari senjere bwenerate gento kende amakoso na ringa okoranga taiteiriga kera tokurigereria taiteiriga kera serikali na ya monchora ya nyoranga abetiro muyo mogongo na maninga tayonsa kuna kana iko ketiringo nkiarengo igorende okoranga itiretware akaretu gaiga iyera makoso gocha gusereria kenyoro kende gaiga kangana onye nyendie kunyarekana no ngo chipara aria sabantu batari go kenyoro maiga bono togutwara ubwoba abo twatwara ntemye kenyoro yatwara ubwoba kintu gusabanya sae tuika konyora byanga nese ne gaitire kurwa senga abetiro moikurumaga no mutwana atwara naki aina aranara tusabarinde gaki abaibori tatebia abana baite tuba baikara twabagambia na bagwena takomenya sebinyoro
twabere no muichano sana kertwanya report nguno mwana omuntu mbera nyalira kabaga okwa twakumiri bone mabi twagurisi mingo mwana ole kwande skuru anyalira mwana uyu muntu mbera kale para linde twanyalire wikororo kera tuikororo mana ndu twabo mwana muntu na magwanyo takarara bobe ngende ntu yugo kumingelinga mwana uyu muntu lirara so ikundu achira basigali ba munjo ira manga twanyalire ngabetire mu ikuru magongo tugo saba abantu beto ngaki nebo muntu okogose mwabire gose mukwanire onyoko gosera mwabirane ake abantu aminda makwire ichiro gusiguna bone kenyere kegeito uyu muntu nando gatatu okuze turakura kwena abantu bone kenyere kama abantu batatu nande familia ya otugo saba bana baminto nyukuru mukarakali usone tuli mukarakali tema gutarna abantu batari abakarakali
ase njere yamo yogo chingira lizuko lyobosubole wabarali ensengima abarali kurwensemo yagusi go bakoleta roime yo muchi obosungu mune njere yamo yogo chingira litukeliga mu komando Kisii na Dikrui kubaterana na babatani bande naboigo abarali kurwa ebitaseni haigeme yagusi bekirana se hetare yo asekerenga kyumwako yiga nokorali hokwaga chomurembe kwa matuko ankyo.
And today, journalists have also been reminded that they have another additional role, that as they do their business of reporting news in the newsroom or doing a script somewhere, what will come in the center is about peace. It's defining what journalism is, that journalism is a tool of peace and not conflict. So it's reminding all of us that we have a responsibility that we must teach peace, that we must always have peace in all our thoughts and whatever we are doing.
Na habari ni watu wa kutegemewa iwe usiku iwe mchana, sababu wanajulisha watu tofauti tofauti, mfano sasa kama kielimu, uchumi wa kujiendeleza, kilimo, kimichezo. Mbali na hivyo wanastahili kuheshimiwa kwa sababu sasa kama ile article 19, article 33, article 34 ambayo inasema kwamba watu wasifiche ile habari ambayo inastahili kufikia yeyote yule ambaye anastahili kusikiza na kumeza hiyo habari, yote inapitia kwa wanahabari. Wanahabari ni ili waheshimiwe mahali popote wanapoonekana, kwa sababu wao ndio kioo cha jamii kuanzia mashinani mpaka ulimwenguni kote.
During this occasion, we review our performances in the past year, and I want to say that the media has a role to play in society. It has a responsibility of educating the society on the Constitution of Kenya, the civil liberties that they enjoy, and the electoral process.
Hiyo ni eneo la Kisii, Nyamira na maeneo mengine. Sisi tunaomba chachi mkuu na inspector generali, kuna fiza vya wenzetu tumeona wakifahamiwa wakifanya kazi yao halali. Tunataka kuambia inspector mkuu generali na chachi mkuu bwana Madam Martha Koome hakikishe kuwa yale maovu yote wanahabari wamefanyiwa katika nchi ya Kenya yanafika mwisho.
hizo kesi zote ziweze kuharakishwa, tujue ni nani alifanya, sababu kuna wengine hata tunawaona kwa picha wakifamia wanahabari.
Orai wikama gia Jubilee bakora no mokonyi bumurai wikame kyo Dr. Fred Matiang'i nigo baesokire na kumagerera umurai wenso y'umukoro umuske Uhuru Kenyatta yemagega yabarai kurwensemo yo kwamereria sere gosensemo ya Kenya Kwanza orekana kumugikeria kubatikana n'echinkwane echo habetega kubwatika bwanguiga barai abo nigo batera buno umurai y'umukoro nera no mukenya nabendete gukwanira hamangana rengetense ase baburire abarai ya Kenya Kwanza okorera abananchi hama gendero.
Our party leader is going nowhere, and our party leader will continue to express himself. It is his constitutional right. In fact, you can go ahead and do what you please, because the kind of behavior we have seen from elected leaders is shocking. We must uphold the decency of difference, that we can have differences, but we can be decent about it. Even the language that is being used by some of these leaders in reference to President Kenyatta is shocking. We will not even allow and encourage our members to use that kind of language against President William Ruto, because it's indecent, it's unbecoming. We want to build a decent society, and a society that upholds truly the principles of democracy and decency. The retired president makes one phone call, and the government screams the whole weekend. What kind of people are these? And we are reading now, the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, a public sector government agency, has told us clearly with data and statistics that 2/3 of the stories they have been telling us are just blatant lies. On a weekend when senior members of your party are announcing that they will not defend their seats on your party's ticket, when it is clearly displayed to the world that you are a sinking ship, would you be spending your time insulting your predecessors? It's amazing. We want to ask these brothers and sisters of ours in government, there's work to be done, a lot of work to be done. Let's focus on that work and build our country. President Kenyatta is retired, he is a member of Jubilee, he is going to be a member of Jubilee, and is playing his role as a member and the leader of Jubilee. Leave him alone. Let him carry on with his businesses. You have a country to run. You have a government to run. I mean, tell us about all these goons walking around with police officers. There are places in this country, even last night people are calling me, suffering from cat rustling. People have lost animals and livestock and so on. In that particular environment, you are spending all your time insulting the retired president. And those elected leaders, I want to ask them, sisi tunawaheshimu, we are not going to walk down that hole of behaving like Precambrian people, insulting others for no apparent reason.
Murabenso muske William Ruto ni gabatiani bene hawana chebine 35 na bere ochigoswa sekigambere kenene aigeme yensi ya Kenya. Murabenso yiboigoro monyakerogo bekyombe gihakomesa igabatiani habana chebine 12 haubarachi asekigambero gihakomesa Court of Justice. Ukwana chingiki cy'umurabense igaru kubolia gochia sabana chibina bwo gukorera hegasi yabo obwene n'ubwasyoku.
Those of us who have lifted the Bible or the Quran or our hands to swear must understand that our mandate goes beyond a mere appointment. To the judges taking oath today, the responsibility before you is immense. Each case file represents more than a dispute. It carries with it livelihoods, investments, and the hopes of individuals, communities, and a nation. Your decisions, Honorable Justices, will shape lives and influence the broader trajectory of our society. It is therefore essential to weigh these considerations carefully so that justice is not only legally sound, but also socially responsible and impactful. As we expand judicial capacity, we must also reaffirm our commitment in integrity, both as individuals and as institutions of service. Integrity remains the foundation of public trust. It calls for visible leadership, consistent accountability, and firm action against corruption at all levels. By doing what is right, consistently, and without compromise, we protect our nation and strengthen the values that define us. I implore you to do the right thing, however difficult, however unpopular, however uneasy it may be. Finally, when all is done and said, the things you do right.
Mo rewense ni go hatagiro kubwatirana wense ya Kenya mona Tanzania. Go kwana chinga kya kole tare marogoba yalero asensi ya Tanzania. Igo Ruto haruro kubolia goja sechinse chonsi chorongorwa East Africa. Wene kibuna kubwatirana chire aso koro muchando yogende tego chibwatirani. Ati yabo hogonchireria kuelire.
We also reviewed regional security challenges and reaffirmed our commitment to enhance cooperation to ensure that our shared borders remains zones of peace, stability, and opportunity, and agreed that we should bring back the Ujirani Mwema framework that helped public officials on both sides of the border to better manage the border so that we can keep away criminals, terrorists, drug traffickers, human trafficking cartels, and make sure that we keep the border what it should always be, to facilitate trade and business between our two countries. We also noted that as the global supply chains continue to shift, our region is well positioned to emerge as a competitive hub for production and investment. To realize this potential, we must deepen our regional integration and pursue coordinated strategies that enhance our collective competitiveness. It is my belief, and that of the leaders in our region, that whatever raw materials we have, be it natural resources, energy resources, should be used for the industrialization of our region so that we can create wealth here, we can create jobs here, we can expand opportunities here, we can have industries here. We recognize the global challenges that are with us, from climate change to health crisis, that all these require collective action and strengthen, therefore, our resolve for international cooperation, starting with us as East Africans. I'm confident that the discussions we've held will translate into tangible outcomes for our people, and I urge that our respective teams, as was guided by the President, that all the non-tariff barriers that impede trade between our two countries, we have very clear instructions from our private sector that these non-tariff barriers serve the interests of nobody. And therefore, they should be resolved, as was ably instructed by the President, by the end of this month, so that East Africans can do business, can invest, and can trade without roadblocks and without barriers.
Asarwati rumonchumo rigelia tanyo rumotimo moke tukoirana tugende ne kiongasi njira yo.
ine kwabiri gukorya a roadshow track iyo bwategyogirijya iyo iratigo mu musogo cyase abategereri ultimate roadshow track experience niyemo y'ubungenjo bunde kwabiri gukorya a track yiga ya roadshow iyo rakorere a product launch use emisangerekano ya gisiasa brand activation use emisangerekano ya cooperative egatiye ci roadshow cinde cinyinge bono nigo twakoretere a track yibwateri bagariya eyekerero nabwigo ebwate ebintu byonsi bya sound system eryogiriya nigo liri ya kigima eryo licunjugire ligo kwana necinguru nabwigo likira bantabange nigo babwata ci DJ Chanjere ci MC nabwigo a track yenabo kugitumika asobokorera live performance nigo tukurwa obokorera wito cinsemo abuna bono Nairobi, Mombasa, Kisumu, Eldoret amoneji county chonsi imeyensi ya Kenya street ya goteka babuna street endeyonsi chingaki ubunjeli bwago nebyasara byakinirwe aka esimu gwetera senamba 0704765412 nyora chitrake chika ildio oikera bantabange
kila nafsi na ita
Tujene kurolia ukwa kumungina asinato mura meroka Numurugi unyagusira Joshua Ntabo Nyandusi Ingina Rose Mose Isaac Ntabo Fred Ntabo Mary Gesora Josephine Magia na nyagusira John Kengabie Mukamumurumu abo Benjamin Masakara Ezro Numurua Umurise Juma Keva Christopher Nyangeri Isaac Mabere Abadi nyagusira Isaac Newton Unarebo Simon Yachai Uiruria Charles Musa Ratemu Nyagitari Nabande Wakamurabamu abo ngamuna Esther Sarange Nabande Muchango nobe Jumane chitaliki isano Mutinyuga tano mwaka 2026 Asinkaya yenyusia Narusu winkendu ya Nairobi family Aramis chitaliki isano Naibira mutinyuga tano mwaka yo 2026 Asaberuna kweni wa Ijumaa chitaliki isano na isatu mutinyuga tano mwaka yo 2026 Asinkaya yego toka nyusia village Kisii Central Angena Rubisa Kuruhachi studio cha Getembe Television na Getembe Fime yatumire ngora na magombo chia kichobo kindwa banene nyosae abaga tena kubalemea
wewe na mimi tulikotoka mavuvini hakika tutarudi utakuwa
Karibu nende humanchumo ligerelia baraibe kiama kia ODM nigobane kiribune gangenene ye kiame kiono kwene kibunanko mwigerera kere omwananchi gwo konyora gwainse haso kwene kibunanko nyora robo kurubuya rwase serikali chinga kiame kio kigendete kubwaterana ne serikali ya broad based ukwana ime ya Mombasa rayabo nigobane kiribunamba chikogendera kobamo na kugendera gukwanira mangana arengete kiame kio gosibo bachole banene bo mwaka w'ekirubere 2025.
Sisi tumebaki na tutabaki kuwa watu wa ODM. Kama ni mawaziri ama si mawaziri, sisi ni watu wa ODM. Na vile vile ni kama yalivyosemwa, kutia kwetu nguvu katika msukumo wetu ni kuwepo kwetu sisi hapa. Na kwa sababu tupo hapa, tunabeba masuala ambayo yanaathiri pakubwa hasa wafuasi wa chama cha ODM na kuwakilisha matakwa yao katika serikali. Ndio maana leo tunakuwa na tathmini kubwa ya kwamba uwezo tulionao kiserikali usaidie na uboreshe maisha ya Wakenya kwa jumla pasipo kuacha jimbo moja ama kulemea katika jimbo moja. Yani usawa katika taifa letu. So tuseme tutakavyosema, tunene tutakavyonena, tutende tutakavyotenda. Almuhim ukitathmini maneno yako kwa kina na ufikiri kihalisi, sisi hapa ni wafuasi kamili bila tashwishi yoyote, bila kusuasua, bila wasiwasi, bila uoga.
And we have had robust conversations since yesterday. Today, after this, we will continue conversations until tomorrow on the unity and strength of our party and our strategy moving into 2027 and beyond.
Serikali nigegendete gutinga imirobere ya masomo chingaki chiga chisuguru cheigwirwe hasi tamu ya kabire ukwana chingaki chomonogari wa serikali Isaac Mwaura nigatere bune serikali nigegendete kubatuka chibesa hasi chingaki chiwenerete.
Tunaona walimu wakijaribu kusema kwamba ati wanaongeza ada zingine za huku kando kando kwa sababu hawajapatiwa pesa na serikali. Hilo sio jambo ambalo tunafaa kulisikia kamwe. Kwa sababu muhula uliopita tulipatiana pesa kabla watoto kuweza kuingia shule. Sasa hivi kabla watoto wajaingia shuleni tumetoa shilingi bilioni 23.4, 23.4 billion. Kwa hiyo mtu hafai kuwa anaenda anaweka pesa. Tunaona kuna shule fulani ambazo zimeweka ada nyingi sana. Kama pesa inafaa kuwa shilingi 50,000 inafika hata karibu shilingi 100,000. Hilo sio jambo ambalo tunafaa kuliona, kwa sababu wakati unafanya hiyo pesa haina uwajibikaji na wazazi ndio wenyewe wanaumia. Kwa hivyo tunatoa ilani kama serikali kwamba hilo jambo likome. Pesa tayari zimeingia katika shule tofauti tofauti na tumeweza kuorodhesha vile ambavyo zinafaa kutumika. Hilo ni jambo ambalo tunalisitizia. Kwa hivyo watu wasitumie hiyo ili kuwatapeli walimu, wazazi na watoto na kuweza kufanya bei ya maisha iweze kuwa kubwa zaidi kwa sababu ya zile gharama ambazo zinajitokeza.
Asorobati rumanchumo ligerera nongo ikero mwelio wa mungana maya yekiunga chinsenye chiabo nubutko elieterana insera sinyakunde asense melio manyerelio nigare ngwirison makuli na go sabiroto arubo ligerera nabayigo butuko worobuya.